Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Secret Tarot. This is such a channeled message that I didn't expect, but I asked myself a few questions. So I'm just going to read what basically had happened in the last 30 minutes of my downloads. I was very stumped yesterday. I was really trying to contemplate why I've been asked to rest so much, why I've been asked to enjoy this, why there is emotions coming up, why there is a lot of insecurity and fears coming back around. There has been such I feel like this is probably aligned to the first awakened energy. And these first awakened had been given questions, questions about everything in their journey, their purpose, their person, what they're doing. And this is all about heart healing, emotions, light in those hidden corners of your soul. You are feeling a lot of emotional waves that are coming up. So I obviously have felt that too. And I know for those of you who are listening in, you are going to resonate with this heavily. And I already know this because not everybody is going to see this message. I know that for sure because this isn't a collective message. For those of you who have been asked to maybe rest, to downregulate, I've been asking myself, what am I not doing? Why do I believe that this is enough? What is it that I am doing? What is my purpose? Which direction am I heading? And I used to be so goal orientated, but I feel like the goal isn't material anymore. And so it's really hard to decipher what that purpose is. I'm not talking about a grand purpose of generic helping people. I'm not talking about a grand purpose as in, going for that house or going for that big promotion or being with the person. None of those are goals. None of those are purpose driven anymore. And the reason I say that is because I always achieve my purpose if it's a material sense. I know I can manifest these things on a higher caliber. But right now, I'm following my intuition and the sense that I need to be sat quietly. And it's so funny because I've been told to sit quietly. Yet all these channeled messages came through before I could actually just be. Now, I think that there is a conservation of energy of not being out there. And what I mean by that is what I've been accomplishing in the last few weeks, these months, these years, could I have achieved more? But there is this constant pull and drive towards seeking pleasure, and I find myself needing to slow down and enjoying the pleasures of slowing down. Waking up without an alarm, for example, that is possible because of the things that I laid in my past to give me this foundation. The ability to pick and choose my clients, that is the freedom, the flexibility that I've been able to cultivate in the material world. What does all of this mean? Now, there are some theories that me and my friend had been talking about the other day, and I felt like I needed to share that. And all of a sudden, my throat is starting to close up because this is highly charged. The energetics of a higher vibration are given access to few. Like you are being so encouraged, so loved because you are being given access to the vibrations that very few are able to access. So, one of the triggers to me, this is like a big reveal, is all these people are getting thousands, hundreds and thousands of views on their videos. Why? And I had said this before to you guys. My video, my channel isn't promoted. It isn't marketed. It's not trending. And that is the best thing because perhaps our ego thinks, my ego, should I say, my ego thinks I'm special. But Our ego thinks we're special because there are people who need our light, our energy. We need to help them. We need to be in those circles, in those dinners, in those conversations. But recently, there is a collective who are more tired, who are tired than most. And it doesn't mean you can't get things done. Oh, things get done. But the minimum is being done on some days. And we end up chastising ourselves, belittling ourselves. It does not mean we're lazy. It means the collective light workers, star seeds, and earth angels are also going through collective upgrades. If you think about how when we started, who we leaned on to upgrade ourselves. Now, there are a lot of light workers and star seeds and earth angels and people who talk about spirituality, about growth, about twin flames. I said this to one of my friends. I don't resonate with any of them anymore. I don't resonate with them. And there are a few people who have thousands and thousands of views, but I don't resonate with them anymore because every time I click on the message, I'm like, yeah, but I already know that. Yeah, of course, that's obvious. How are people not getting this? But the reason they're doing that, it means that the collective light workers are in sync with the mass messages. There is more of those at that level that need those messages. There are a few who have found this channeled message because you are the ones who are you're helping the difficult growing pains to be transmuted by those light workers and star seeds and earth angels. What I'm saying is, you're not at the vibration of those people who listen to them, but you're also not at the vibration of those who have channeled those messages. So if you're thinking, who am I becoming? Where is it that I'm meant to be going? What is my purpose? Even after so much channeling your time, your effort, your physical body into a specific career path, you know there's more. And you may be one of the few who is multi-gifted. And what I mean by that is you have such a collection of talents, of gifts that even you don't even know that. Like you need to get out of that humble train because some of you do know you're multi gifted and some of you don't. But I think you're starting to realize that you have all of these types of personalities that can do things quite well. You're above the average, is what I'm saying. And I'm talking about average as being light workers, star seeds, and earth angels. You are in this higher caliber of energies, otherwise, you would not have found this message. So it feels as if this is a humbling message, but it's also an infused and injected energy to say, know the F who you are. Because when you feel that you need to pull back your energy, I've been on about this for the past few weeks and months, is this so-called hermit energy. It doesn't mean you're hermit energy 100% of the time. That hermit energy could be the reason that you're feeling isolation is frequently buzzing because you can't handle people. It's because that when you're with others, it's going to take a little longer. You're going to have to use those tools, use those rituals, use the rest, use those habits to come back and transmute all of that. And it means you like to go and do those exciting things, but the spiritual self goes to work when you are sleeping, when you are interacting with those higher dimensional beings, with those who need your support in the multiverse. And that's a hell of a lot of work. That is a lot of work that is happening. And so, even though you're trying to be present, you're also coming up with at odds with where you are. Now, our capitalist society wants us to do all the work right here in this earth plane, not in other realms or dimensions. But they can't see, they can't track, they can't collect rewards if you're doing that work in other planes, which is why you may feel as if you're doing the equivalent of 2 to 3 jobs during your day. Even though your day feels low level, like maybe you're very proficient in what you do, you can do it so easily. Your chill time, your day needs to be a recalibration. So you have to go through your habits and tools, and you've been given that ability to top up your energy, your need. And there is this unusual paradigm because you're being asked to be more present, and to a degree you are, but you still have to take care of things in the material world. And there is this new dimension being aligned in your head between you and your higher self. So, what are you doing in all of this? You're building your own sunshine. You are so aware that all these things you need and want to expand and rise, yet Spirit is encouraging you to meditate more, to be still more, and see how far you've come. So, this is a message just to say that don't be afraid to love yourself a little bit more than usual right now, because you are so worthy and you are doing so much. You're doing enough. Like your 2% is somebody else's 100. Let that sink in. Your 2% is somebody else's 100. And that's not to say that we don't want to keep striving for things in this world. It's a permission slip to acknowledge how much you're doing, and that is acceptable. It's perfect. You are doing these incredible things, even if you cannot track it in the material world. And so I know I asked myself, well, why is all of this happening? We've gone through all this healing, we've gone through the purging, we've reclaimed our truer self. And we're now setting aside the work that we're doing for ourselves and others. And we're giving ourselves the permission to sit and be still and be present and be silent. Enjoy the now without any music, without any words, without any podcasts. Because right now, when we go into the stillness, you're being asked to tap into where you previously went and it was a war zone. When you first meditated, when you first started slowing down, it was a war zone. And you kept having to battle all these challenges, all the pain, all the wounds that kept flooding back. You did that work. It took a lot of courage. And now you realize that there is peace, not in the world. No. That is why you need to create your own chamber. The world is at war. There are people fighting for those things that they think are important, money, power, etc. But you know that peace, love, harmony, those are the real success in your inner world. Because what happens when you get to that beautiful Garden of Eden in your head? Well, the universe matches that. So, whatever you're thinking, believing, putting energy into, you are creating that. And you've never been given the opportunity to be in that stillness because it was always attached to fear or guilt or insecurities. But now you know your twin flame has led you home to yourself, to honor the aspects of yourself. They've showed up, they've shown you the elements of you that need to expand and grow and evolve and blossom. And they've also shown you aspects of yourself that have felt hidden, have felt unseen, unworthy, unloved. And now you see all of these aspects of yourself, and you've never sat with that in that complete wholeness. And that's what I'm saying. Like your mind constantly gave you problems to solve because you gave it problems. So it's trying to solve them. And now in this state of calmness, in those early mornings when everything is quiet, when the world is quiet, doesn't mean the world is quiet. It means your mind is a powerful thing, which is why you're being kept busy, kept working, kept striving for the next material things, the house, the car, the fashion, the labels. No, you are sitting in harmony with yourself. And although those like few fears and insecurities may have come to you recently, you are realizing that they aren't yours, but they are yours to be transmuted because others are having a difficult time in their own rising. You rise, you deal, you transmute. And when you do that, they do too. And that's the power you have. That is your purpose right now. And do we have it be rewarded or given accolade? No. You are bringing the light into the collective because you are choosing to. Let me just say that again. You're bringing light into the collective because you're choosing to. You're choosing to be your authentic, true you. And you, my dear listener, that is the most beautiful gift you can give the world. My beautiful friend, that is your purpose right now. So allow yourself to be still, to carry your light, to appreciate all the efforts that you have done, that you have been doing, and all the efforts and the healing and the busyness that you've put in. Because right now, this is where you need to be. This is where you need to harmonize and appreciate that you are the creator. And you're not only helping yourself create this reality, you're helping transmute all of the energies that the star seeds and the light workers and the earth angels are having to transmute so they can be the ones to raise the other collective. So it's happening in waterfalls, in cascades. You're helping transmute the higher collective. The higher collective are transmuting the medium collective. The medium collective are listening to those messages and they're being transmuted. That's why it feels like a lot. That's probably why you're channeling other people's energies. This isn't empathy. It's very, very different. I don't even know if there's a word for it. And why does it need to be a word for it? We're limiting ourselves when we do that. So, what is happening right now is you're being asked to be still, to recalibrate, to allow yourself the divine grace. And whatever you're doing right now that helps you, keep doing that. Keep finding your joy, keep finding your light, keep finding ways to be more you. Because just by that, you're helping raise the people who are channeling those messages for the masses. Now, if you resonated with this, let me know. I know not many people will. If you wanted to join the membership or even reach out for a personal reading, head over to divinesacredtarot.com. You're going to find so many more details. But I'm sending you guys so much love. Let me know if this is something that you are feeling or you have felt lately, because there is a reason you are hearing this, not the thousands of people, because it's not for everyone. It's meant for us. And I wanted to create a space to let you know that this feeling, this power was always aligned for you, not for everyone else. So I'm sending you guys so much love. And I'll speak with you all soon. Bye for now.